Speaking of fun, the G-Man's wearing an Arsenal shirt and one of his players this pertains to. So Nicholas Bendtner dropped his pants and rubbed himself on my taxi. This is from Thursday, 13th of March 2014. Nicholas Bendtner's reputation has taken another battering after the Denmark striker was accused of threatening a taxi driver while worse for wear in Copenhagen on the same night his Arsenal teammates had exited the Champions League to Bayern Munich. Bendtner, who has not featured for the Londoners since February 2nd, but did start for his country against England last week, was reported to have unbuttoned his trousers and rubbed up against the side of a taxi by the Danish newspaper BT. Wait, Big T is the Danish newspaper? No, I'm kidding. But the 26-year-old is then alleged to have whipped the cab with his belt, calling the driver a little whore. The cabbie was so concerned that he called the police. The incident allegedly took place outside the Norebro Brewery in Risegade, a restaurant in the trendy suburb of Copenhagen, who had just shown live coverage of Arsenal's 1-1 draw in Munich, which confirmed their elimination, of course. Bendtner was apparently accompanied by 3 friends, one of whom had a bicycle. They were pretty drunk, the 46-year-old taxi driver told BT. I got out of the car to put the bike stand back on the back of the cab, and Bendtner and two of the others climbed into the back seat. When I sat back down, I saw the taxi radio had been kicked loose and was dangling down. They'd also taken some of my personal belongings that had been lying between the seats, and when I asked to have them back, Bendtner completely freaked out. Wonder why he doesn't freak out on the pitch. Scored some goals. But anyway. He said that if he was not so famous, he would have smacked me and called me a little fat pig. I asked him to leave the car. I had to ask them 3 times, and I said I'd have to call the police if they didn't. The cabbie then claimed that while he was removing the bike stand again from the back of the car, Bendtner had to be restrained by his 3 friends. He stood at the back of the car and rubbed up against the side window after unbuttoning his pants while he whipped the cab with his belt and shouted he wanted to F me. He had to. I've had drugs and alcoholics in my cab in Copenhagen over the last 25 years, but I've never experienced anything like this. Bendtner's spokeswoman, Elisa Like, when contacted, declined to comment on the story, while Arsenal said they were looking into the matter, but they declined to make any further statement.
You know what?
Hey, at least Nicholas Bendtner's beating something.
Oh my goodness. Lord Bendtner's getting up there with Balotelli.
You guys just don't understand.
What is there to understand? He unbuttoned his trousers, rubbed himself up against a taxi, and is whipping a car with a belt. What is there to understand?
This is a classic case of ECL disorder, like post-traumatic Champions League failure disorder. Now, if you guys don't know about it, it's when you hit a bar. Yeah, you just seen your team lose. You hit a bar, you get slaughtered. You walk up to a taxi.
You take off your belt.
You take off your belt. You start whipping the taxi with your belt, with your friends, and then you ride off into the night. Big T knows all about it. Honestly.
all I can say is to Bendtner this. Yeah. Fool. Whoa. Coming for the Bendtner. Yeah, you know how we do it.
Oh my goodness.
We're pitting taxis with my belt.
Who does he think he is? Pretty tight. Oh my goodness.
He takes off his belt and starts whipping a taxi. What? Oh my God.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, you know what? All I can say about Bendtner is it has to be said.
I don't know what the hell is going on here. Wait a minute.
The taxi driver had to be saying that.
I don't like it at all.
No, but I know what Bendtner was saying.
Oh my God! No.
Yes.
It was just one of them ones. You know what? In terms of funny, in terms of funny Bendtner stories, in terms of Bendtner being on Pitch Talk, he might not have scored, but in terms of funny stories with Bendtner is just like St. Patrick's Day Pitch Talk. Nicholas Bendtner says,
I'm back, baby.
It's one of them ones. But it has to be said that Nicholas Bendtner, for what he did.
Hey, he stuck his legs. He stuck his legs. Hey, he stuck his legs. He stuck his legs. He stuck his legs. His legs.
Bendtner.
His legs. Hey, he stuck his legs. He stuck his legs.
So funny. But no, shout out to Copenhagen. Shout out to Carlsberg.
Mate, shout out to Nicholas Bendtner.
Shout out to Tivoli Gardens, yo. If you haven't been there.
To Tivoli Gardens.
Yes, Tivoli Gardens.
Where's it? No.
The actual theme park in Copenhagen.
Oh.
I thought you was gonna go Doodle's coat next. I thought you were gonna say shout out to Tivoli Gardens, shout out to Doodle's coat, shout out to Vibes Cartel.
Man's mocking.
Free the world boss.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Oh, no. Nobody can whip it. Oh, that's liberties, man. That's
Nobody can whip it, yeah? Bendtner can.
Oh, man.
Can he whip it? Yes, he can.
Oh, man. Now, can you whip that, sucker? Oh, Big T, I know you want to jump in on this. Have at it, man.
Well, I'm probably not going to jump in like Bendtner did in the back. I mean, come on,
testify.
literally. Yeah, but literally, can you imagine? I mean, we should have been there filming it. I mean, think about it. We could have all got drunk and joined it because it would have been hilarious. But I've got to say this. How do you imagine if he finished? I mean, where would he finish? I mean, I don't mean to be,
Well, he got-
the bonnet.
How would Bendtner finish in the taxi? Do you think he'd open the boot and then you just see him close his eyes? You've got, I don't know what the hell's going on. You probably just throw some water in. But the thing is, he's got a lot of that, like that kind of position, yeah? He's got a lot to play with around that bit, Anti. So where would he put his hands? I'm just trying to think, because if you're whipping the taxi, what happens if the taxi starts to, accelerate or put its gear on? Because he's going to get a lot of thingy in it. That'll probably say he's enjoying that, isn't he? So, but I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, in a way, we shouldn't really be saying it's a disgrace because let's think about it. The taxi got de-virginized, it got penetrated, so it's not a you-know-what anymore. And the fact that it can go, put it this way, it doesn't even need to go through its MOT now because Bendtner's been in it, hasn't it? So, end of the day, we need more people like Bendtner in the UK. I mean, I might have to try this on a Saturday night because, I mean, that'll be the most action I get since buying those pucker pies from Iceland. But, I mean, seriously, it is worth trying because his cardio, Bendtner, must be improving. I mean, can you imagine if he did that for a fitness video? You really should do that, just put it online and say, here's what I can do for a club. And then a lot of clubs will want to sign him because he's very fit with his cardio. I mean, Liam, you can relate to it. Seriously, it's just, he is a professional footballer and he has done that. And to be honest, mate, if I could shake his hand before, not after, obviously, he did that, I would shake his hand because I'm impressed with his skills. I mean, I'm proud of him. I'm going to go look for that video. And you know what? I might actually put a picture of it in my flat because we need more people doing that, seriously. The fact that he can go in there, get himself stuck in there, keep himself going for about, I mean, I don't even know how long he was doing it for. I mean, if a taxi wasn't sticking himself in there, he's got a lot to play with. But I mean, the one thing I don't get out of this whole thing is why would you whip the taxi? If you're in that position, and I can't believe I'm going to say this live on there, but if you're in that position, you're not going to get a whipper, you're going to get your getting slapped. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't believe I'm describing this, but literally, you wouldn't be getting a whip. I'm not saying I've tried this, but I'm being honest with you. You would smack the car, but then again, if you smack the car, you're going to break the pane. So, in a way, he's going to get a different kind of job, and I don't mean that job either before anybody says anything, but seriously, Bendtner, I've got to give you, mate, 10 out of 10. I love it. And at the end of the day, I'm going to try it. And if I do it, I'm going to film it and get it back to you guys. And that's what your pitch taught me. So, and that's all I got to say about that.
All I can say. Hey, Gerald has said you need T-Bus, Jesus, and everyone in between It's one of them ones. All I can say is, mate, we need to get the Reverend up in here. We need to get
Can I
this,
just
man.
say, you know when you said everybody in between, that sounded so wrong, that did. I'm sorry, but that sounded, how you know what? Everybody in between.
Big T, we definitely need to call.
Please call my name. Please call my name. Please call my name.
We need to call the Reverend on you. We need to call the Reverend on Big T.
I can't believe you went there. I'm hoping it's Reverend Rollo Goodlove.
Oh my God, Rollo Goodlove. No.
Oh, my dad Rollo.
For example, the Bill Cosby one. Don't even get me started on that one. What does it do? Zlatan Ibrahimovic hosts hilarious Twitter Q&A. This is from Monday, 10th of March. We didn't get to it on last week's show, but we had to drop it this week. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was at his egotistical best while hosting a Twitter chat for his new Nike range. The Paris Saint-Germain forward invited followers to submit their questions and even demanded Twitter extend the amount of permitted characters to cater for his replies. Needless to say, the Swede was inundated by fans and chose to respond in his very own Zlatan way. Here are some of the best responses from Ibrahimovic's #DareToZlatan Q&A. But at Ibra_official is Zlatan Ibrahimovic's official Twitter. And oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to read these. Hi at Twitter. For tomorrow, Zlatan needs more than 140 characters. Please change the rules for Zlatan. #DareToZlatan. That is the tip of the iceberg, because need help to Zlatan? Learn to take risks that make legends. Ask questions, learn the ways. #DareToZlatan. Now, this gets worse. Jack Edgley at Edgley LFC said, what will happen if I dare to Zlatan? To which Ibrahimovic has said, at Dear Edgley LFC, daring to Zlatan is easy. Start by trying moves that can't be done. Keep trying until you are Zlatan. #DareToZlatan. Makes no sense. But there's another one. J Otunu at life_of_Eason. Dear Zlatan, I am your most Zlatanic fan. Please can I get a signed shirt? #DareToZlatan, #trying my luck. To which Zlatan Ibrahimovic has said, incorporate Zlatan's teachings into your life and one day at Nike Football might make a t-shirt named after you. #DareToZlatan. So Zlatan's being a tightwad on that.
That was the best way to possibly boy off anyone asking for a signed shirt.
It is good though. Andrew Telford at AT_sunshine has said, is there anything that Ibra official can't do? #DareToZlatan. To which Ibrahimovic has said, there are two things Zlatan can't do. One is be predictable, the other is step under, but Zlatan is practicing. #DareToZlatan.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This was everything that Ask Carrick wishes it was.
There's even more. That's the worst thing. There's actually even more. At Bale of WZ, Alihan Demir says, hey Ebo, are you mad? In caps. Am I mad? Would a sane man try a 32-yard overhead kick in an international match? #DareToZlatan. These are just, some of these answers are genius. Arib Khan at Arib23. Teach me your ways, Zlatan, or show me the light. #DareToZlatan. To which Zlatan Ibrahimovic has said, hey, Arib23, learn to unlearn the word safe. Because if you don't know what it means, you can't play it. #DareToZlatan.
Oh my God.
I quite like that as an answer.
No, that is very good.
I actually like that.
That is a brilliant answer, but I'm worried.
As a scripted ad-lib,
I'm worried because Big T will take that as a mantra for life.
Oh my God.
For life, what is saying?
Oh, that is cruel. Big T is cruel. cruel. Man United and Oscar Pistorius lost both legs, but both managed 3 shots on target. No!
Oh my goodness.
No! Oh my god, I'm almost losing my voice on that one. That's cruel. Oh, this is quite funny. At Greg_Douglas. I once dared to Zlatan. I hit the bar on the volley. I was disappointed. #dare to Zlatan. To which Ibrahimovic has said, failure is the first step to success. The second step is growing a ponytail. #dare to Zlatan.
I've got one.
So that's why Jezzie's grown his hair.
That's it. I'm daring to Zlatan.
Tease at RumadBro00. How do you get so much confidence on the pitch? #dare to Zlatan. Self-belief leads to self-confidence. Self-confidence leads to self-belief, which leads to self-confidence again. #dare to Zlatan. That's pretty cool. Talking in Chinese riddles, but that's pretty good. Khalid Safi, at Khalid Safi on Twitter. How did you quickly react and score that goal versus England? Did you actually think it will go in? To which Zlatan has said, Zlatan has used this simple thought process and he's attached a picture. Should I score an amazing goal? The arrow moves, it's a flowchart, of course, or a mind map, of course. Should it be, which moves on to, should it be an overhead kick? Most definitely. Will it go in? It already has. There to Zlatan.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And, oh my God. Need to impress the scout? Take risks to score great goals. If that doesn't work, try this. And there's a picture of an Ibrahimovic mask to cut out.
That is brilliant.
At Tom_J_Webster. Is Zlatan human or should he be worshipped like a god? To which Zlatan has said, yes, Tom_J_Webster. Zlatan is just a human. The same way a great white shark is just a fish.
That is absolutely. That whole Q&A is comedy gold.
This dude is brilliant. You know what? We're gonna hold. There's one more funny one. We're gonna hold that till next week. That's funny enough to hold. But oh my god, I love those. I'm sorry, I love those.